I'm Bill Schonely, one of the first employees of the Portland Trailblazers way back in 1970, and matter of fact, the seventh hire by Mr. Harry Glickman, who put the franchise together. This is my 38th year, almost 39th.
Chuck Charnquist. I started with the Blazers on year one as their head statistician. After that, I did their media guide, and they now call me the historian and archivist for the team.
Not only was it a great team, wonderful people, but you had a bona fide big man in Bill Walton who directed things out on the floor. You had a great backcourt, you had big power forwards, and everything worked. They got together on off days, and families got together. They ribbed one another, they pulled pranks on one another. But when they tossed it up and the game was to be played, it was all business.
There were 12 players. There wasn't 5 players and 7 on the bench. There were 12 players. And the bench,
good point,
over and over and over again, contributed during the season, because when Bill Walton went down in mid-season, you had Lloyd Neal come in and played very significantly. When Lionel Hollins went down with a fracture, you had Johnny Davis step up. Johnny Davis stepped up big when Dave Twardzik went down right at the start of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You had Herm Gilliam step in and play. Laurie Steele played significant. A lot of people don't recognize the role that Corky Calhoun played as defensive player. When Jack needed a stopper,
Corky was the guy.
Corky was the guy who went and made the stops.
Yep.
So there was a bench, and none of those guys said, I got to play, I got to play. They played when they were needed.
The guiding light for all of it was head coach Jack Ramsay. He just knew how to pull the trigger, speak to the players, get the plays, do everything necessary. He was just marvelous.
Actually, it started in 1970. We're the first time we're in the major leagues. We're
Right.
recognized on the same level as Boston and New York and Los Angeles.
Everybody around the country knew of you now. And when it happened on that Sunday and they won it, it was just wonderful.
Well, I think the parade actually started 5 minutes after the game ended. Downtown Portland, streets of Portland were filled with people celebrating. There was a party going over here on Williams Avenue that blocked traffic on Williams Avenue most of the afternoon and evening and night. To think that in one day you could get 200,000 people or 150,000 or whatever, 100,000 on downtown Portland streets without any advertising, without any promotion. They just showed up.